Thank you, everybody. I'm excited and honored to welcome everyone to this press conference. I'm Karen Rasmussen. I'm president of the Magic City Discovery Center Board. As you may be aware, last week, Magic City Discovery Center was awarded the Department of Defense Community Infrastructure Pilot Grant in the amount of $6,293,820. I'm not sure I've ever seen that many numbers put in together. I'm like, yes. So the check is over here. It's great. This money will allow us to move forward with a 3-story building and all exhibits. We are here today to recognize all the partners who made this grant possible and to share in the excitement of our plans for the Magic City Discovery Center. I wasn't sure I was ever going to be here at one point this year. This 22,000 square foot building will be a world-class facility and the first Discovery Center in North Dakota. The 12 exhibit areas will cover over 12,000 square feet, where children and their families will be able to explore, interact, and have fun, and learn by engaging in our STEAM-based exhibits. As Dr. Seuss said, children want the same things we do: to laugh, to be challenged, to be entertained and delighted. Oh, the places you will see. There's fun to be done. So the Magic City Discovery Center is a perfect example of public and private partnership. We are privileged to have some of our key partners with us today. With us today from Minot Air Force Base, I would like to introduce our 5th Bomb Wing Vice Commander, Colonel Brian Vallon, the 91st Missile Wing Commander, Colonel Christopher Minoway, the 91st Maintenance Group Superintendent, Chief Rebecca Clark, and the 5th Security Forces Squadron Chief, Brian Marquardt. Thank you for coming. We would not be here to celebrate this moment if it wasn't first for our congressional delegations voting for the funding for the DCIP grant, and secondly, for the support we received from the Minot Air Force Base in assistance in grant writing and obtaining letters of recommendations to include in our grant submission. We are so happy to have Colonel Vaughn here. Please, come on. Thank you.
Well, hey, good morning, everyone. This is a big deal. It's a big deal for our airmen and our families and for our cities. And so on behalf of all of our airmen and families at Minot Air Force Base, we'd like to express our appreciation to the Minot community for your continued partnership and generous participation in the Defense Community Infrastructure Pilot Program. We know that this facility will contribute to the quality of life and add educational opportunities for our Minot Air Force Base families living both on and off base. We have more than 1,300 children in the kindergarten through 5th grade age groups alone. We're also grateful that this Magic City Discovery Center will offer year-round interactive and indoor activities for our families, which will help them feel home here in Minot Air Force Base in the community, and also inspire them with in this aerial flight exhibits, as well as enrich them with the science behind the North Dakota way of life. And lastly, we're really excited that the Magic City Discovery Center, we know it's going to be more than just an amazing new facility, as it helps to reinforce the resiliency of our airmen and families, and also to further extend our already thriving relationship between the base and our Minot community. So thank you very much. Only the strong come north. Sorry, only the best come north.
Amen. I say that because I got 2 brother-in-laws that came from the Air Force Base. Thank you for your kind words. We are so excited that we'll be able to provide this facility not only for the Minot Air Force Base, but the whole community, because you are part of our community. Next speaker, Colonel Minoway.
I don't think I can say it much better than Colonel Vallon did. Honestly, this is a fantastic day to be able to further cement the relationship between the base and the community, and with this amazing facility that's coming. I'm super excited for Minot and for the Minot Air Force Base families that are going to have the opportunity to come here to learn, particularly for a lot of our deployed forces that are out in the field for extended length of time, for those spouses and children children that are at home always looking for activities to do, that this will be a fun, educational, and just a really fun place to be, as you said. I like the Dr. Seuss quote. So for us to be able to come down here, enjoy this facility, and then particularly for those colder months, which we have quite a bit of, to find an indoor facility that has rooms for meeting places, getting to know others in the community, as well as just getting together to enjoy and fellowship. So it's an amazing opportunity. I'm super excited to see this come to fruition and excited for Minot. Bully.
Thank you, Colonel Minoue. One of our first hurdles with the federal grant was the requirement for a DUN number. This was made possible by the City of Minot, and it is only through this collaboration that we were able to submit and complete the grant. We wouldn't be here without it. Thank you so much to Dave Lakefield, to Addie Weeks, the City Council, and Mayor Sean Sitma for their support to get this started, and for their continued support we will need throughout the building process. Mayor Sean Sitma.
Good morning. Talk about a great day in 2020. We need some of these days, don't we? How about that? So from the city side, we have to say thank you for having a vision. Thank you for having the drive. Thank you for all of the community partners that have come together to show why there is so much magic in Minot, from the Parks District to the past and present City Council, but more importantly to the parents and to the leaders that had the vision that said, you know what, we're going to start an idea and we are going to continue to move forward. And it doesn't matter how many hurdles, how many challenges, and how much time, because you just don't know what's coming down the road. And it turned out that 2020 threw a hiccup into everybody, but it also presented an opportunity to take a giant leap forward. And that is monumental, because without having everything else in place prior to this coming along, it would have never happened. And the partnership that has existed and grown within our community and with our great men and women and their families at Minot Air Force Base, it is a giant leap forward for everyone. And it just shows the collaboration that continues to make Minot Air Force Base and all of the partners and all of the people so great. So thank you, everyone that has started from this idea in an airport hangar and has grown into something and will be monumental and really show, even though when the Secretary of the Air Force was here talking about the quality of life, why we put so much emphasis on why only the best come north and why only the great call Minot home. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mayor. It has been our pleasure to work with Ron Merritt, Director of Minot Parks, for the past 3 years. They have partnered with the Magic City Discovery Center to help us obtain $1 million from the Community Facilities Fund, and it is through the Minot Parks that we will be building on a location that will be the best view in Minot. So, Ron Merritt, please.
Thank you, Karen. Minot Park District is very proud to be partnering with Magic City Discovery on this exciting addition to the Magic City. We sincerely thank the Department of Defense for their financial support of this project, along with the City of Minot for their financial support and partnership to help make all of this happen. We want to thank the North Dakota DOT for helping us on the piece of land that we are building on to help us with an easement that we needed to make this facility fit on this location. Multiple people to thank. We're thankful for all the generous donors. Minot Area Community Foundation, all of the donors that are, some are in this room and some are out in our community, we thank you for the supporting these guys in this effort to make this project happen. We're a stronger community when we can work together to build a project that will be here for many generations to come for our families and for our children in this community. So this is a great project. Minot Park District has a strong history of working with our community partners on many successful projects, of which this is going to be one, including the Mesa Arena, the Roosevelt Park Zoo, Scandinavian Heritage Association, along with this project. This is going to be a great project for our community, and we are very excited. Projects like this simply can't happen without all of the partners and all of the groups in our community pulling together and making it happen. So we're very excited about this. We believe that we can continue to work on projects like this. We're going to help them to make this a success, and we are very excited to see this thing happen. We're very thankful for everyone that came together. So great job, Wendy. Great job, Karen. Great job to your board and all of your supporters, and we are very excited for this. So thank you.
Thank you for those kind words, Ron. I have to tell you, sometimes his very calm, "It'll be okay," has seen us through the day, so thank you. Next, I am proud to introduce Wendy Keller, who is our Executive Director. Her hard work and perseverance in getting this grant to the finish line is a testimony to her dedication to the Magic City Discovery Center. Wendy.
Good morning. In 2013, a dream was born to open a children's museum in Minot. A group of dedicated volunteers worked tirelessly to open an interim museum inside the Dakota Territory Air Museum. In just 3 months, we pulled together exhibits to open a small space to offer something for our children that was not here before. The plan was to open the space for just 1 year. Feedback was so positive that we continued 3 more years. Our community was hooked. The excitement and smiles of each child gave us energy to persist. We needed a permanent Discovery Center. Actually, we closed 2.5 years ago, and we still receive calls asking if we're open. Deciding to move forward, we found out there is no manual for exactly how to open a children's museum. So we started our homework. We formed a partnership with the Minot Park District. We worked to spread the word about this exciting new place for children and families. We built relationships and partners throughout the entire region. We worked with Ackerman Esfold on a building plan. We held community meetings to get input from stakeholders and developed a plan for unique, interactive, and engaging exhibits. We raised over $6 million. We developed a following from our annual events, New Year's Eve and Touch a Truck. We created our educational outreach program called Discovery on the Go. 2020 has been challenging, to say the least, but in early June, everything changed. Renetta Pearson called our office to tell us about a new program called DCIP. This program addressed military, family, quality of life, and resilience, and was a perfect fit for our project. Having written several grant applications in the past, I assumed it would be the same and kind of a walk in the park. Not so much. It has been a learning experience, but it's been totally worth it. In less than 4 months, the DCIP grant has enabled us to move forward with our dream. We will continue the celebration in early October with a ceremonial groundbreaking event and have initiated work to ensure that we are ready to begin construction in 2021 and open in late 2022. Several passionate people refuse to give up, and today we're here to celebrate that commitment and perseverance. Our children thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. Because of the collaboration of these partners, our community will become a destination to bring children and family together for the magic of lifelong learning. The Magic City Discovery Center did not happen because of the work of one person. Today is a celebration of what can happen when private individuals and companies, military, government, and community partners work towards a goal to improve the quality of life of our children. When people work together, look at what can be achieved. I know I can't thank everyone at this time, but I want to acknowledge a few partners that have made a special part in making this project a reality. In front of you is the drawing of the Magic City Discovery Center the view that you'll see when you're driving north on 83 going to the Air Force Base, that's the view that you'll see. It's 3 stories, a walkout basement. This building is, can you imagine such a positive impact on visitors to Minot? You fly into the Minot Airport, and what's the first thing you're going to see? That building. You're going to drive into Minot from any road, and what are you going to see when you look up on the hill? That building. So it's my honor to really thank Ackerman Esvold, who has donated over $300,000 to this project. Words fail me to the generation for the owners and employees of Ackerman Esvold for making this possible. Thank you. Behind you and then on the screen, they're going to put up the 360 view. So this is our digital playground that we try to make things as not screen activities, but this is one really cool area. So that'll be a child walking through and they can do all those different things as they walk through. But our Keystone exhibit that occurred because of a donation from the Minot Community Foundation will be this flyer. This climber, which you see here and up on the videos, is really the essence of North Dakota. The kids start in the prairie dog town. They climb up. They go through the representation of the oil rig or Trestle Valley. And as they keep going, they'll climb up until eventually, and this may take a few visits. The first time they may only get to the prairie dog. Then they're going to get to the next stage. And as their courage and their sense of adventure and achievement, they'll keep going higher and higher. They'll come back again and again until finally, at the very last, they've attained their summit. And they are now in the replica of a B-52. I said the kids, because I'm never going up there. So it's clear. So if you look, that's clear. As the kids walk out, they'll see 2 stories down. And they'll also, it comes out slightly at the top, they're going to see 360 degrees around the city of Minot. What a thing. So what a representation, from our prairie dogs to our B-52s in the sky. Finally, I want to do a special thank you to the hard work of our board members, our grants team, our employees Liz Weeks and Ami Cannon for their hard work, to Town and Country Credit Union for providing us office space, to First Western Bank for a last-minute loan guarantee that we needed, to our major donors, Shields, Tollefson's, Enkelstead Foundation, and all our donors. Our campaign committee, especially Kathy Oz and Randy Burkhart for co-chairing this committee, not easy work. We can't possibly name everyone, but this has truly been a community partnership, and we want to thank everyone who has helped to make this dream of a world-class facility a reality. So if I started with Dr. Seuss, I have to end with Dr. Seuss. And will you succeed? Yes, guaranteed. Thank you. Next, I want to introduce Mark Lyman. Mark Lyman has been our president through all this. I just get to get on the fun stuff. So he did all the hard work at the beginning, and now he's going to take any questions and answers you may have for us or for any of our dignitaries. Thank you.
Okay, so we've got the media here today, and we know we're live. I don't know if there's someone watching our live Facebook page who wants to feed me any of the questions that are happening. I know, Perry, you're pretty good on Facebook. Maybe you can pull up the Facebook thing and tell me if there's anything good happening on Facebook. I don't want the bad stuff, just the good stuff. But yeah, we take any questions from the media here today, Jill or Faith or Carissa. If you've got questions, we've got the military individuals here who can answer some.
Bruce Christensen gives you a thumbs up.
I love Bruce. Okay, so thanks, Bruce. Appreciate Bruce's support over the years. Jill, any questions for anyone on the team up here? Faith?
Any set start date for construction yet?
Right now, Faith, we don't have a set date for that. We know we have to go through a public bidding process. So thanks to the federal dollars that are in place, the city dollars that are in place, the Minot Park District involvement, we decided a long time ago that the right thing to do is to go out for public bid on this. So these projects will be publicly bid, and we're hoping that there are some really eager contractors who want to see their name on the plaque that's going to build this building, and we want them to sharpen their pencils and get us a great price, a great donation, and get this building built in 2021, 2022.
Mark, can I add just one thing? Just to add one thing, that's the building, but the exhibit planning is all over, the design part is over 96% complete. So as the building gets done, these exhibits are ready to get going.
What's an interesting part about all this, and Karen brings up a good point, is that it's not just the building. I mean, the building is amazing, and the building is great, and you couldn't do the exhibits without the building. But you don't generally, as a 6-year-old, come back because you love the building. You come back because you love the exhibits. And so we do anticipate north of $3.5 or $4 million worth of exhibits to be in place. And that's what's going to really continue to pull people back. And that's what provides the education. We know in North Dakota you have to have a great building in order to house good exhibits, and we think we've got both. Jill?
Can you talk about operational costs and how this will be funded over the long term?
Sure can. So the question online, Derek reminded me I've got to repeat the question. Can we talk about operational costs and how this will be funded in the long run? Jill, in the standard operating procedure for museums of this size or museums of this nature is that they get between 60 and 70%, maybe 75% if you're lucky, of their operating funds from people who come in. You know, there is a fee to attend. It'll be a very similar fee to what the zoo has right now. So we'll have very reasonable rates, $7, $8 a day per person. And we'll have opportunities for people to buy memberships. If you're a grandma or grandpa and your grandkids are here, you'll have a grandparent membership opportunity. We'll have discounts for military families. But ultimately, that's what's going to provide the bulk of our funding. We do know that we're going to have to go out and, for operations, continue to ask people to support us. And we do know that we'll have to continue to make sure that these exhibits rotate through every now and then. So we'll have to have individuals who will stand up and say, I want to help that exhibit go into phase 2 or phase 3. And so we know we'll have to continue to raise. As a matter of fact, one of the things we know we're going to have to do is have a little bit of support for that first-year operating funds. So we will be going out and still asking a few people for some donations. And we are looking to make sure that we've got a foundation set up or an opportunity for us to then exist in perpetuity without having to necessarily rely on the ups and downs of whether or not our doors are open. Does that address most of it? Okay. Thank you, Jill. Carissa or Faith or, okay. Anybody else from the community? Anybody? No one wants to ask our military folks some great questions. Yes, Randy.
So I'll address this to Colonel Brian Blunt. This B-52 will not have to have a will not be re-engined.
So we're grateful to see that program moving forward, but no, I think this one is pretty safe.
Randy, you're getting into the weeds here. Okay? Now, we all know that there's lots of great money being spent to make sure that our wonderful B-52s have the airframe and the engines that they need, and that's happening. I think our B-52 in there is solid. It'll be okay for a few years. It'll be okay. I too want to echo what's already been said. It's amazing to get to this point, and you really don't see this day in your head, when you're 6 or 7 years in the past, when you're just 4 or 5 or 6 of you meeting around a table with Ken Kitzman from the Minot Area Community Foundation going, okay, how do we get this thing off the ground in the next 12 months? And Candy's back there. I can see your smile, Candy, underneath your mask. You know exactly what that's like. And so we have to pull in, and it takes years of planning. It takes a great design. Thank you, Candy. It takes Ackerman Estfold. It takes Park Board members like Perry Olson. It takes all these different people who come and go, and sometimes you're only there on the process for maybe 3 months or 6 months. Maybe you're there for 6 years. Some of us are founding board members, and 6 years to 7 years is a while to be pushing forward on this. But we are just so grateful to the military, to the Department of Defense, to those folks in our North Dakota congressional delegation who helped push this across the finish line. And I say push. I feel like you ran half of a marathon in about 5 minutes for us, because we really couldn't get up into the double digits on our capital campaign without this $6+ million. And so if there's no other questions, we'd like to invite all those who are here who feel like you've supported in any way, which I'm looking around at almost every one of you, who have supported in any way the Children's Museum, to come up, and we want to have our military folks come up here. We're going to do a quick little photo op with the $6.3 million check. So if you would please, everyone come on up. Our military folks come stand up right in front here. We're gonna actually have folks stand right in front of the podium. So if you want to stand right in front of the podium, that's our best visual. Karen, you're gonna be front and center.
Nice job, Wendy. Well done.
Going back, don't block anybody.
Everyone's got masks on, so we can quickly hold your breath and just come sneak in.
Sean's pretty tall. Yeah, he's gonna stand up one more. There you go, Paul. No, I'm taller than Dave, and that doesn't happen very often.
Okay, I'll go in between.
That's all right.
Everyone say, we don't care about 2020, we're building a children's museum.
Everybody on the count of three. Look this way. 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. All right.